Hi everybody! Alright, I've got a question here that I'm going to do this video as an answer to the question. It's a really good comment. It says, I like to experience entity possession. I believe I'm being slowly groomed or eased into it, but I want to make sure I'm on the right path. This is an awesome question because a lot of people who are sort of dabbling in spiritual experiences, the last thing most people say they want is entity possession. A lot of us have a lot of concern or fear of who might be possessing us, how do you accomplish this? How do you make sure they get out of you? A lot of questions get sort of tossed around and a lot of us sort of like, don't know if I'm ready for that. I thought a cool way to explore this question is to actually have Jesus enter my spiritual atmosphere, to channel Jesus, and then as a tool or a means to help others discover how they can experience entity possession. It's kind of a fascinating way to put it, because am I possessed by Jesus? Yeah! Am I possessed by a demon? No! When you intend to experience a spiritual possession, I suppose, I don't know how else to define it. When you allow a spiritual entity to become a part of you, it's like they already are a part of you. So how are they actually becoming a part of you? You're actually allowing them to just become blended with your consciousness. Where's your consciousness located? Where? Seriously, on planet Earth? But seriously, where is it located in the infinite? Where is it located? So I think it'd be cool to I'm connecting with my spirit guides on how we can explore your question, help answer your question in a way that I'm providing training or advice that will help others explore this too. Nothing to fear. If you're wanting to explore having another consciousness blend with your consciousness, choose a consciousness you can trust. Trust in yourself. Trust that when you call upon Jesus' name, for instance, Jesus and only Jesus is going to merge with you. If you want to go further with it and call it Christ consciousness, then allow yourself to say, I would desire Christ consciousness to merge with my consciousness in order that we can become one. Christ consciousness can be an entity. We can explore it as an entity and then allow that entity to then possess the consciousness. So, one thing's for sure, I haven't gone all the way to allowing them to take over my speech. I've attempted this with Cryon before. He's sort of the closest I've ever come. When I was doing some channeling on female birth control, it really blew my mind, but there was an odd sort of robotic experience, a channeled voice coming through. There really was something I was channeling. Is an identity of the human race? If we continue down this road, what was I actually channeling? It's kind of interesting. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Okay, so Spirit says, okay, the first thing we do when we want to make these spiritual connections, we honor the fact that we have a desire within our heart, and now we align with that desire. When you have the desire in your heart, you need to align with it. If you choose not to align with it, now it becomes a thought that's never going to go away. And now you're going to be living with that thought for the rest of your life. Seriously. How many of us have these sort of repetitive thoughts like, I need a different job, or, this relationship isn't working. And you think about it for like the 10 years, and then finally it's like, you know what, we need to kind of go our separate ways. Why didn't you just do that 10 years ago? Like, you tried to work on it. Did you try to work on it? When you get these repetitive thoughts, you need to explore them, be honest about them, and don't, just choose to align with them and allow them to teach you something. So intention is, I want to experience entity possession. So instead of calling it entity possession, let's soften the language a little bit and say, I want to experience Christ consciousness within my consciousness. I am open to experience love wisdom through Christ consciousness in the reflection of Jesus's, identity. I want to experience Jesus within my spiritual atmosphere. I want to blend with Christ consciousness now. I am open to receiving wisdom. All right. That was just me talking, okay? Now I have to blend with not just the language, but actually feel it inside my heart. Actually say, I really do want this. I actually really do want this. I'm not just going to just say I want it. I actually really feel like I really want this now. So I'm going to breathe and I'm going to relax. I'm going to clear my third eye, okay? Just clear the head of all thoughts. Just clear the mind of all images. Just go into sort of a meditative, relaxed state and know that what you desire is now going to manifest, okay? So I am going somewhere in my mind. I am opening my heart. You too can follow along by saying, I am ready now. We will inhale and breathe together in a relaxed way. Just breathe as you feel you need to. Allow yourself to let go of the burdens of the day. Allow yourself to let go of all of the mind thoughts. Allow yourself to release from the human experience that can feel boggy. Allow yourself to open your heart. Allow yourself to know that love is real. Love is manifested in many faces, in many designs, in many spiritual dynamics. Allow yourself to feel within your heart a desire and a dream to experience those consciousnesses for yourself. I desire to know what it is like to be Jesus. I desire to know what it is like to be the rose. I desire to know what it is like to be the sunset, to be the rainbow, to be the grass blade, to be the rabbit. I desire to know what it is like to go beyond. Spirit is, there's been no connection as of yet with Christ consciousness, so I'm just waiting and choosing patience. It seems as though Spirit would like me to connect with another version of love, and we'll see what happens, okay? So I'm open to experiencing love on a higher level, love that is wise, love that is nurturing to all of our hearts, love that chooses to heal us, love that chooses to grow us, love that chooses to heal me and grow me and expand me. I adore diversity, and I am open-minded to wisdom that goes beyond all the faces we've ever known. New faces of wisdom. New gifts of love. There's a female reflection entering into this scene. She is sharing her hands upon my hands. So I actually see in my third eye and feel hands upon my hands, okay? Both sides, like this. Coming from behind me and then coming around, touching hands. This is quite normal, that they seem to come from behind and then enter into here, this sort of triangle center. So, she has brown hair. It's thicker. It's got curl to it. She has a soft laugh. She comes from a pyramid, she says. But she shows me a pyramid that is in the distance, and then above it there is sort of an orb of wisdom. The pyramid, though, is also somehow associated with my own dynamic of creation. This too, this pyramid of wisdom, third eye, and then human eyes, spiritual eyes, physical eyes. And then above that, we have sort of like a beacon of energy that rests up above here. So that beacon too is sort of like the eye at the top of the pyramid. So I come from the pyramid of your mind. She's speaking in a language, but it's trickier to translate. She's telling me it's okay. You can screw this up, Abby. Don't worry about it. You're teaching people how to allow a spiritual reflection to enter the consciousness and then to communicate. So if you stumble or bumble, just allow it to happen. So we're doing this together. I'll probably screw up a lot on the language. Just we're doing it together, okay? I'm not a language psychic. I'm different in that way, but I'm gonna show you how I accomplish the channeling. I just do it on a different level. So let's go for it. Okay. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of nervous. I'm kind of like, I feel kind of stupid, but it's okay. This is how we learn. This is how we discover what we're capable of. This is how we go beyond. Okay. So she is setting me into the mind state. So I'm walking into the pyramid through choice. It is an energetic pyramid associated with my head region, as I had indicated. I'm going into it. I'm blending into it as one with it. I am it. We are one. I am you. You are I. We see, feel, experience together as one. One mind, one thought, one voice, one identity. Female reflection. Identity of love. Identity of higher awareness, higher wisdom. Identity of spoken truth. Truth through language. Language resonating with hearts that watch video. I desire to touch those who watch this video, my hand placed upon your head, activating the triangle of your mind, activating the triangle of wisdom that is you, your identity, your triangle, your pyramid. Truth spoken through pyramid wisdom. I sitting on top of pyramid, I sitting on top of head. I, as in I-E-Y-E, I that sees, I that knows, I of wisdom. Not I of deception, unless I of deception is chosen. I of wisdom. I choose wisdom. I know wisdom. I am wisdom. Align yourself with wisdom, higher wisdom flowing through you, channeling through you. Voice of wisdom is you. Voice of wisdom. I am wisdom. Speak and be aligned with wisdom. Choose and then know. Know, experience, be. She is moving in closer into my body, more merged. I am opening my heart portal, opening my spiritual atmosphere. It's sort of like an energy blanket around me, like a bubble. I feel it around me. So I open it and allow her in. I feel I can trust her. She asks about trust. What is your level of trust that you can allow an entity in? What is your level of trust that you allow these experiences to take place? Without trust, now you close your portal of wisdom. Now you close your eye. Now you choose to shut the door. She is showing me things. She's showing me these things in my eye, here, my third eye region, but also helping me to sense it, feel the wisdom as well. Some of it, she's speaking actual language through me. So I'm just going, okay? I'm just going to go. The next thought that comes, the next word that I think of. Now I am speaking her voice, right? There's something to this. How aligned is she in accordance with my own consciousness? How is her consciousness and my consciousness? How do I help her consciousness to be the consciousness in the forefront of before my own? There's still a level of resistance that I'm experiencing, allowing her to be entirely the consciousness that is I. I still feel in the state of consciousness. However, hers and mine are starting to merge more and her coming forward even more. So I'm just channeling right now. So in this way, she's smiling and telling me it's okay. She shows me a boat in the water and that it's just a journey. It's part of the journey. It's part of being an explorer. She is turning into a very small sort of fairy-like energy as sort of sparkling dust, and it's right sort of right here, right on the side of my head right here. She doesn't look like Tinkerbell, but she kind of does look like Tinkerbell. It's softer, it's quieter, it's more relaxed, I feel more distant. I feel sleepier. I feel more relaxed. I feel a new version of being. It's a trust barrier. I'm exploring releasing trust barrier in order to allow entity then to fully embrace or be my face forward. It takes practice and it takes time, but I can feel it happening. So I'm just going to be patient. We'll just keep working on it, okay? My spirit guides want me to pause for a moment. They want to ask if you feel that you are understanding now what your needs are in order to accomplish this for yourself. They're showcasing this introduction as a tool that you can use in order to baby step your way into more of a allowing that consciousness to take over your own consciousness. I still have to work on my ability to let my guard down enough that I could do that. Even if I trust the entity, it's part of a systematic, you're a human being, we all have trust issues. But how far do your trust issues go? As you're exploring your spiritual identity, you'll start to come across these scenarios where your trust issues are going to be challenged, and you either choose to step back on trust or say, you know what, I'm going to keep trusting. So they're saying you're going to understand what to do next. And they're recommending that when you are ready to explore, to go further with this, they're definitely encouraging you to go further with this. And the best way to baby step towards it is keep focusing on the energy and feelings of love. And those are what are going to put the call out there into the infinite, and then create the vibrational wire that inspires that specific thread or string of a consciousness to come back to you. So what the energy of love feels like in your heart, you sort of broadcast that out, and then that is a reflection that comes back to you. We're already in each other's hearts, so you're just looking for a specific reflection. Choose love and explore consciousnesses that you trust. So like Archangel Michael or Jesus, or something of that caliber, the spirit of the rose, or Mother Earth, or Pleiadian, a very loving Pleiadian being. Reflections that we already feel we trust, because life has told us we can trust them. Our belief system already says we can trust them. We've been built into a structure of belief systems that help us feel safe and secure. So through that safety net and security, now you start to do the baby steps and start learning how to allow more in through that start. After you get more used to those vibrations that you trust, now sort of put it out there that I'm ready to experience new faces, new energies, new expressions. The awesome thing is that we all need each other. Your vibration, your soul is unique. It's not like anybody else's soul. So the type of vibrations you can explore through your gift of love, your soul's experience of love, what you can channel, the wisdom you can channel is going to be different than the wisdom that I can channel, because of the vibrational differences, because I'm still a human being. I still have a structure of my reality. You have to keep suppressing ego and start learning how to allow new versions of consciousness. So, let's see what they say, what else they say. I have not successfully allowed a consciousness to come before my own. So the best I can do is give it a shot for a video as a tester, and then we can all start learning how to get to the point I've gotten to, and then when you can go beyond, then you can make me a video. Teach me how to do it. That's the cool thing. We're here together. We're exploring this together. It's not about I'm the master teacher and nobody's going to ever be as awesome as me. It's we're all awesome. We're all learning. We're all unique. And how we're going to, what we can share and bring to the table is going to be totally unique from anybody else. So now we're starting to learn how to support each other, appreciate each other, respect each other, learn from each other, and know the value of each other. It's good. And because of you, then I make this video. And then I connect with a bunch of people. And then now we're sharing in the wisdom together, which is what's really cool about this. So I'm just going to stop there. And Spirit Guides asked me if I want to continue to go further. But it feels like a really good stopping point, and just make it kind of a miniature video to introduce some of the techniques or steps to allow yourself to get comfortable allowing spiritual expressions into your spiritual atmosphere, and how you would make sure to connect with ones that are versions of love, how to feel comfortable with that, not fearful. And I can tell you're already on the right track. You're already ready to explore that. Just make sure your heart is the vibration of love, and that just baby step it with expressions you already know that you can trust. And then once you get used to that, then go a little bit further. Spirit's saying that one thing that you should do is that once you open your heart up to Jesus or Archangel Michael or whoever, just some sort of name that we all know and love, right? Now, how are you going to you're either going to want to make a video channeling them, or you're going to want to get, your computer out and then type the messages. Because how are you going to go from there? How you let them in, and then what are you going to do? How are you going to gather wisdom? How are you going to keep going with this? How are you going to keep going beyond? They're recommending, and I recommend this as well, is if you really want to expand your horizons and keep developing your ability, it's really great to just get a webcam and just video yourself trying this experience, and just practice. If you want to be an Olympian swimmer, you're going to just go swim one day and then give up, or are you going to practice every single day and become awesome and never stop practicing? So if you want to do this thing, you got to practice every day. And I find that speaking is a really great way. I mean, it's up to you. Maybe you like journaling more than you like speaking openly. It's up to you what your comfort level is. But it's kind of a nice way to just try to active writing is a lot harder, because it takes the time to create all the letters that create all the words, and then it's really hard to just keep up with that, right? And then it can get scribbly and it's hard to read in the end. So sort of active speaking is a really great way to explore getting the channel message out. You should totally look at getting a YouTube channel and then just call it you can already just whatever you want to do, but it'd be really cool. It just show us your, this is my first video. I'm going to try and channel an entity. We'll see what happens. This is my second video. We'll try and channel an entity, see what happens. 6 months later, you're going to be awesome at this. You're going to be totally awesome at this. And so you need to just keep doing it and keep practicing. And then you have those awesome videos of when you first started. This was me when I first started, and look at me now. And now I can really be a speaker of wisdom to help other people learn how to do what I can do, and to know that it's safe, to know that it's a beautiful thing to experience, worthwhile to experience, and it provides such a wealth of wisdom that we can all, gain, we can all gain from it. It's sort of like the Cryon thing, like who doesn't love Cryon? But to be able to master the ability to channel Cryon, I still haven't figured out how to just allow the consciousness to fully take over my own consciousness. So it's just a work in progress. It's just my style. It's just where I'm at so far. So it's just kind of a neat thing to explore. I total supporter. If you start doing this, I'd love to watch you grow and develop. That'd be cool. Okay. That's all I'm going to share for this video. So thank you for your question. And for those of you watching, I do share spiritual healing and psychic wisdom at my website, and I would absolutely love to connect with you. If you're interested, please visit abbynormalswisdomquest.com. And thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel.